back to just doing all these insane things. I've actually made a list now of things that I want to do that are pushing my mind and enable me to push my mind to another level. So I'm excited about that. I tried to do one of them this morning, actually. Before this, I tried to meditate for 2 hours. I was able to meditate for an hour and 16 minutes, which is pretty freaking awesome. In high school, I used to be only able to meditate for about 10 minutes. So I'm really proud of that. And I was able to achieve one off the list, actually, just 2 days ago. I ran 20 laps around the track, which is extremely hard. And it's only 5 miles, and I've run 5 miles many times, but there's something about just running around a track once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's extremely difficult. And yeah, but I was able to do it, so I'm really thankful for that. And I'm actually trying to do another one right now. I'm trying to podcast for an hour straight. And the reason I'm trying to do that, as I spoke a little bit about with storytelling earlier, is I just want to become really good at telling stories. And I want to build up my YouTube channel. I want to make my TikToks better. I want to have this sort of art therapy thing going where I'm just telling stories, doing drawings, and people are following along. And that's going to be sick, but it's going to take a lot of practice. Or it might not even take a lot of practice. I mean, it just takes me putting my mind to it. I don't know why I said it's going to take a lot of practice. Because, well, here, let me explain why I sort of bounced back on saying this is going to take a lot of practice. I think practice is great, but more than practice is just doing. You know what I mean? Practicing is cool, but if I want to do something, I should just actually go out and do it and fail at it and learn on the run like that. I think that's a much better, much more efficient, much faster way to go. Like, for example, I don't want to throw a practice event. I don't want to practice storytelling in my head. I don't want to practice flirting by kissing my pillow. I want to do things kinesthetically. I actually want to put in the work. So that's a philosophy of mine that I think is pretty good. But yeah, so I think I really lost my train of thought right now because I received a text that made me a little confused, but no matter. Let's get back to the business at hand. What's going to happen is I'm going to become a jojoba, and once I become that jojoba, I'm going to get jojoba wax, and I'm going to turn it into the max, because there's a lot of good deals out there. There's a lot of free runs. There's a lot of home starts. There's a lot of one plays. And I can pretty much show that in the future, it's all going to be rebarb, rhubarb, microbe bimbo, and Microsoft. Belos Incala Premium. Meron Leveum Mares Mareos, mirao, marei. Mareost, emot. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty good, and I'm really interested in game theory, psychology, just what the fuck is going on with humans in general, because it's insane and it makes no sense. I honestly have no clue how anyone could just go on speaking for an hour. I'm pretty fatigued right now, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm sort of running by the wayside here, if you know what I'm saying. But I think maybe part of it, and part of the thing that I'm going to learn as I keep doing this, is I get worried during conversations of running out of things to say. Like, sometimes I'll be talking with somebody and the conversation is going and we're talking about whatever, but I'm already thinking about the next thing to say. And then if I can't think of anything to say after, I start getting a little antsy. And I think that's very strange, because in a conversation, it's fine if the person speaks and I'm just listening, and then I take a little bit of time to chew on what they just said, and then I respond. And it's totally okay to have a bit of silence after somebody speaks to you while you're thinking. I actually like that. Because usually what happens is, I was watching this podcast yesterday, and this dude was just hella annoying. Because there was a really smart guy who was speaking, but the whole time that guy was speaking, this other annoying guy was just waiting for his chance to speak. And you could really see it. The whole time the scientist was speaking, the entrepreneur was sort of moving around or opening his eyes really wide, or tightening his mouth or something like that. And he would also go, yeah, after a couple seconds of that guy speaking, as if to try to break in. And I think it's very strange how that can become extremely off-putting. Some people are very not self-aware and don't really know what's going on, and that is exactly what draws other people away from you. I think it's much more simple and much better to actually, in a conversation, sort of listen, chew on, and then respond. And I think that's an approach I want to take. I always have so many ideas that I want to try out, and that's really cool because I get to try them all out, and I get to see which ones I want to keep and then throw away the ones that I don't. So some of the ideas I want to keep recently, one is to go a full day without cussing, because as I keep going forward and I'm spreading the word of the Lord, I want to be a clean vessel that He would be proud of. And I think having a lot of unsavory words come out of my mouth doesn't exactly make me the best image bearer. And now another idea I've had is when I'm in a conversation, just chill, listen, let the other person talk, listen to what they're gonna say, and then think about what you're gonna say, because that's perfectly fine. And you actually get to listen, and you're not thinking or worrying about the conversation running out. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying that. It should be pretty chill. And yeah, I mean, there's always more to talk about, right? So, I mean, I could tell you guys a story of my entire life and how I got here if you want, just to get to an hour. But I think something else that could help me speak for longer is to really settle in and not be thinking about the parameters of the time or the conversation or whatever, because I am thinking about those parameters, but I actually don't have any. That's another thing I'm really thankful for, is I don't have any parameters. You know what I mean? I could sit here and talk for 10 hours straight if I wanted to, because I run my own day. I run my own schedule. And you know, even when I'm painting, I feel like a lot of times it's a bit hampered by the parameters I've put on it, whether it be a certain amount of time that I'm trying to paint, or me wanting to eat, or me trying to finish this specific part. There's so much more freedom and randomness to be had, because one of the most beautiful things in life is that randomness, and is harnessing that, and is letting it come your way, because most of the time it's good. I mean, here's the ideal way to live, and here's the ideal way for us to follow God. We essentially have our hands open like a child wherever we go. And that hands open is essentially saying, I'm open to the flow of energy. I'm open to your flow. I'm opening my hands to receive from you, Lord. And then we just have to worry about controlling the energy and the wavelength and the channel that our hands are turned to, if that makes sense. What are we actually bringing in? What are we actually opening our hands to? So you change the channel, you open your hands to certain things in a lot of ways. You do that by focusing on what you want to come in to your hands, and you do that by working towards what you want to come into your hands. Everything that does come into your hands, you work on it as best as you can, and that way more and more of the same, but slowly compounding better and better, keep coming into your hands. It's very simple, because think about it, we try to control all of the external things rather than controlling the internal things, and that's with our hands closed. That's with our hands tight on the reins, trying to drive our own lives. But then with your hands open, accepting from God whatever he brings, and knowing that he's going to bring you exactly what wavelength and channel you're turned to, because that's the rule, then you have your hands free of the reins. You're not holding on tight. You're taking life as it is. You're chilling, you're going, you're moving, you're running, you're chicken, you're biggin, you're licking, you're bing, sing, and that's exactly the best way to live. I mean, that's how I'm trying to live right now. I'm every day waking up, working on the same skills, growing those skills, and then finally, as I grow those skills even more, they get better and better. I get compounding returns. I sell more art. I tell more people about God, and it's that simple.